guys, it's Simon. This is Pro Wrestling Unlimited as we are here on the 11th of March, 2022 to talk about everything that went down tonight on Friday Night Smackdown. Now, unfortunately, we do have an injury coming out of Smackdown. We will talk about that here very shortly, as it was in the first match of the night. Yes, Big E has suffered a broken neck. We do have the whole story up on our website, pwunlimited.co. Big E did confirm this news himself on his Twitter. Again, I will post that link for you guys if you want to read exactly what went down with Big E, what happened, and see the video that he did post. We're not going to play the video here on the stream, unfortunately. Not legally allowed to do that. But if you do want to go check it out, it is at this link right here in the live chat, if it'll let me post it. There we go. But as far as tonight's SmackDown does go, I thought it was an all right show. If I was voting with you guys, I'd say it was just all right. I didn't think there was anything special about the show. Pat McAfee Austin Theory thing for me was kind of a highlight, if you want to say that. I mean, as Pat McAfee would say, they fought like dogs. Like dogs. That's how Pat would say it, but I mean, to me, that was the highlight, them brawling, getting into it. Everything else kind of just was there tonight on the show, if you want to be completely honest. But with that, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PW Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and Twitter.com/PW Unlimited. Remember, if you are watching on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can help us out by hitting that donate button down below or donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel one of two different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription, or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime. If you say I ain't got the money because I'm already paying old daddy Jeff Bezos for the money that he needs for the Amazon Prime so I get my stuff shipped to me quicker, well, you're in luck. Take that Prime account. Take that Twitch account. Link them together, bada bing, bada boom. Your Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free video games. Right now, Madden 22. It gives you stuff like free stuff for games, Madden 22, Fall Guys, Grand Theft Auto 5, and more. And it always gives you, and it never changes, one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month. And I'd greatly appreciate it if you did so right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. But on the flip side, if you're watching over on YouTube, you can help us out over there as well with a super chat or a super sticker donation. Also remember that you can hit that join button down below to become a channel member. As a channel member, you get early access to news, early access podcast episodes, early access to non-news videos, and so much more. Plus, you can do all that, but more directly support us at patreon.com/PW Unlimited. Finally, if you're going to the Epic Game Store because you want to get that brand new game, Sifu Elden Ring, scratched your itch, you say, watched a lot of streams on that, I want to play it. Or if you've got something, they're doing updates to Grand Theft Auto 5 online and all that stuff, well, you can get that as well. Go purchase a game on the Epic Game Store and use the creator code PW Unlimited at checkout to support us. Or on your PlayStation, your Xbox, your Nintendo Switch, you can go play games like Rocket League and Fortnite. And also in the store there, put in the code PW Unlimited. Go over there, do so. You'll be supporting us right here at Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Also, this podcast is brought to you by the PCD Hive magazine. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So with that, actually, no, D-Lo, Amazon Prime raised their prices too. Their yearly rate went up by $20. But with that, the show kicks off, and they recapped what went down with Roman, the Usos, Heyman, and Brock at the MSG show last weekend. BFG in the chat says, did you see the program note for Rampage people in the United States? When it comes to basketball and all that, yeah, that's old news, actually. So, they recapped Roman Reigns, the Usos, Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman from MSG. Reigns beat down Lesnar with a chair. They edited it to make it look like he hit him 50 times with a chair, but he only hit him like 4. He then gave Lesnar a rock bottom on the steel steps and stood over a bloody Brock Lesnar as he said, "Brock Lesnar, acknowledge me." Brock then comes out and is a fucking bull, enraged. Ah, dang. All this bull saw was red. Lesnar noted that Reigns changed the rules. He changed the rules. Reigns drew first blood, and Lesnar wants revenge. He doesn't care about WrestleMania and WrestleMania contracts. He said, "I don't care about this," and he threw the title. He said, "Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns, get your ass out here." Lesnar would call him out. He says he wants blood for blood, and then out would come Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman walked out and told Lesnar, "Calm down." He teased introducing Roman Reigns and then said, "Actually, Roman's not here tonight." Lesnar wondered if Reigns isn't there. And if Reigns isn't there, who's protecting Heyman? Lesnar jumped out of the ring and chased Heyman to the back. In the back, he ran for his life. Heyman, that is. He was screaming for security to stop Lesnar. Lesnar followed and destroyed security. He was just knocking guys over and this and that. Lesnar then chased Heyman through the backstage area, but Heyman escaped in a limo. They then recapped Sheamus and Ridge Holland beating down Big E and Kofi Kingston last week, and then stealing the ATV and destroying it as well. In the back, Sheamus and Holland bragged about destroying the ATV with sledgehammers. They then claimed that they didn't need a sledgehammer tonight because they've got their new buddy, Butch. Yes, Butch, the former frickin' Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne, former United Kingdom champion, is now going by the name Butch and is officially on the Smackdown roster. You heard me right. This is his official call-up, and he's officially now Butch. A B-U-T-C-H. Butch. And I'm just like, what? They're calling this man Butch? You've got to be kidding me. So we go down to the ring. He's dressed just like Sheamus and Holland, and they all come down for the match. Pat McAfee did say, "We used to call this guy." No, hold on. I didn't write it in my notes, but I did tweet it. Let me get the exact quote. He said, "We've known him by another name, but to Sheamus and Holland, he has always been Butch." As Pat said, he has always been Butch. So the match was good until the scary moment with Ridge Holland and Big E. Like, I was enjoying this tag team match. So Kingston and Big E jumped Sheamus and Holland before the bell. The New Day had the early advantage as Big E stomped Sheamus in the corner. Sheamus fought back and rocked Big E with a clothesline. Big E briefly fought back, but Sheamus hit 10 beats of the Bowdrin. I think that's how you say it, Bowdrin. Big E dragged Sheamus to the apron, and Kingston took out Holland with a crossbody to the floor. Big E missed a splash, and the heels took over. Back from the break, Kingston and Sheamus tagged in simultaneously. Kingston ran wild, hitting a drop kick and a boom drop. Kingston then set up for the Trouble in Paradise, but Holland caused a distraction. Instead, Kingston hit the SOS on Sheamus, but Holland broke up the pin attempt. Big E went for the spear through the ropes, and Holland moved out of the way. And then we have the scariest spot we've seen in a pretty long time. Well, not much more scary in the moment than the Madcap Drew McIntyre. Well, actually, yes. Because when Madcap landed on his head, he was straight up. When Big E landed on his head, he landed on his head, and you could see it compress. So, Big E goes to take a belly-to-belly suplex on the floor from Ridge Holland, and Big E appeared to land on the top of his head and hurt. We don't see Big E anymore. Michael Cole let us know medical personnel immediately run down to the ring to check on the former WWE champion. The finish of the match then comes when Kingston climbed to the top rope. Sheamus hit the brogue kick and picked up the victory. After the match, Butch beat down Kingston, and Sheamus and Holland tried to stop him, but they really couldn't. So then the commercial comes, and we get word from people live in the building. They're putting Big E on a stretcher. Big E was stretched out of the ringside area, but as doing so, he gave the crowd a thumbs up to show that he's all right, or as all right as he can be. So then about an hour and a half later, right as SmackDown was ending, Big E did take to social media and post a video of himself on a gurney, who looked like to be in a hospital, with a neck brace on. And he said that he wanted to thank everybody for all the messages and the support and everything, and that he's feeling okay. The good thing is that he can move all his digits, and his strength seems fine. But unfortunately, he said, quote, "They're telling me I suffered a broken neck." Don't know how long Big E's going to be out of action. We don't know the extent of the broken neck. And all we can do now is pray and hope that he comes back, that he recovers fully, and he could be the Big E that we've all known and loved for so long. So, again, we don't have too many details on Big E's injury other than it is a broken neck, but we don't know how severe of a broken neck it is and how long that broken neck. And I don't think they even know how long this is going to keep him out of action, because they got to do more tests on him. So if we do hear anything further as far as what will go down with Big E and the injury and how long he's going to be out of action, we will keep you guys updated for sure. Going forward, to recap, Kevin Owens calling out Stone Cold Steve Austin on Monday Night Raw, and then they played the video of Steve Austin accepting the challenge. They then recap Ricochet defeating Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship, and with Johnny Knoxville causing a distraction. In the back, Kayla Braxton interviewed former Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn, and he was furious that she called him a former Intercontinental Champion. Braxton then showed footage from TMZ of Johnny Knoxville flying a banner in the sky with Sami Zayn's phone number. And this is similar to an old prank back in the day when Bam Margera did something where he posted up Bam Margera. Excuse me. Back in the day, Bam Margera publicly posted Johnny Knoxville's phone number, and he did the whole, we're getting a million text messages and phone calls and everything. And that's where I think they got the idea for this, maybe. And I think Tom Green did it on his show as well. So, yeah. This is like a old prank that was done to Johnny Knoxville back in the day that most people probably don't remember. And yeah, I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny back in the day. I didn't try to call the number, though. I should have. Should have tried. I mean, yeah, I would say let's do it on the air, but no. As we move forward, Sami said that he was going to beat Ricochet tonight with the title on the line. He was going to win back what was rightfully his. They had a 6-man tag team match that never actually happened. It was Drew McIntyre and the Viking Raiders against Happy Corbin, Madcap Moss, and Jinder Mahal. McIntyre made his entrance before the break. Back from the break, McIntyre was waiting for the Viking Raiders, and the Viking Raiders never came out. We then cut to the back, where Corbin, Mahal, Moss, and Shanky are beating down the Viking Raiders. The heels ran out and attacked McIntyre. He tried fighting back, but the heels overwhelmed him. McIntyre finally broke free, and Corbin ran away. McIntyre then beat down the heels and gave Shanky a Michinoku driver. McIntyre grabbed his sword, Angela, pointed it at the WrestleMania sign, and the segment ended. Cool. To recap, Ronda Rousey defeating Sonya Deville last week and putting Charlotte in the ankle lock. And then we had a death segment. This Ronda Rousey Charlotte segment was death. Fans broke out and allowed Ronda to chant when she made her way out to the ring. Ronda then addressed Flair, calling her a one-trick pony last week because all she's got is the armbar. Well, she compared calling Mike Tyson a one-trick pony because all he does is knock people out with punches. Rousey noted that she added the ankle lock to her repertoire, which she learned from her first WWE mentor, Kurt Angle. Rousey said she made Flair tap out last week to the ankle lock. She'll do it again. SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair would make her way out to the ring, and Flair pointed out, "Yeah, you really didn't make me tap out. I just needed to get out of that because I was wearing some expensive heels and a $2,000 suit and didn't want to get it messed up." She says she doesn't care that Rousey uses the ankle lock now. Rousey challenged Flair to see if she can make her tap again. Flair said, nah, I'm good, and walked out. As the fans were chanting, "You tapped out," Charlotte goes, "Huh? I can't hear you." Rousey then promised to tap out Flair at WrestleMania and leave with her arm. They recapped the opening segment and announced an angry Brock Lesnar has left the building. We then had Sasha Banks and Naomi against Natalya and Sonya Deville. This match was originally announced last week as Sasha Banks versus Queen Zelina. Zelina and Carmella were there sitting at ringside, so I don't know why they didn't work the match. I guess they were actually smart here and didn't want to beat the tag champs twice in 1 week, maybe? The heels gained the early advantage and isolated Naomi on their side of the ring. Baszler slowed down the pace and worked over Naomi's knee. Naomi recovered and kicked Baszler in the face to gain control. Banks got the hot tag and ran wild on the heels. She hit a meteor on Natalya and sent the heels to the floor. Banks gave Natalya a tilt-a-whirl slam and a head scissor right into the tag team champions at ringside. Naomi then took out Baszler with a crossbody off the steps. Natalya caught Banks with a discus clothesline for a near fall. Zelina jumped up on the apron, but Banks sent Natalya into Vega. Banks then pinned Natalya and picked up the victory. They then recapped the Usos attacking Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs and stated that the Usos are going to tell us what they're going to do at WrestleMania. So the next segment did see the Usos coming out. They showed footage of Roman Reigns and the Usos beating down Brock from MSG again. Thomas, that has nothing to do with actual contract for Bayley. Just so you know. That is not contract news. That is called she wasn't drafted in the draft. The Usos bragged about being the tag team champions for almost a year now. They said Reigns is holding the Universal title for nearly 2 years, and Nakamura and Boogs would interrupt and demand a match at WrestleMania. The Usos mocked Boogs and Nakamura. They agreed to give them a title shot if Boogs could defeat Jay. They pointed out that Boogs has a knee injury and doubted he could even compete with one knee. It's been a 1.5-minute match. It was Rick Boogs versus Jay Uso. The match was fine. Boogs revealed that it was a fake injury. Boogs gave Jay a delayed suplex and a press slam. Jimmy tried to interfere and Nakamura cut him off. Jimmy took out Nakamura at ringside and Boogs fought back and hit the Boogs Cruise to pick up the victory. After the match, Jimmy broke an electric guitar over Boogs' neck and head. That looked rough. Nakamura and Boogs took out the Usos, and they're going to take them down for the tag team titles at WrestleMania. So, Sami Zayn and Ricochet make their way out for their Intercontinental Championship match. When out would come Austin Theory. And this segment was really good. I really enjoyed this. Theory's music plays as he makes his way down. Theory got in Pat's face at commentary, and he slapped McAfee and knocked his headset off again. Starting to lose my voice, huh? Cole tried to stop McAfee, but he had to leave the... tried to stop McAfee. No. I missed a whole paragraph here. McAfee lost his temper and jumped up on the announce table. In doing so, he then leapt off the announce table at Austin Theory, and the two began to brawl. We then saw Adam Pearce and an actual security guard, not just a random extra in the back. It's WWE security guard Hunter Lawson come down to basically break these two up and tell Pat he got to leave. Tell Pat he's got to leave the ringside area. Basically escorted him out. Austin Theory walked up the ramp. You see Austin bleeding a little bit from right back here behind his ear, which is very interesting. And so Pat's listening. He's yelling, but he's listening to what they're telling him to do and everything. And Austin Theory goes to run back at him on the ramp. Adam Pearce holds Austin Theory back. They're telling Pat, hey, don't do anything. Pat's just going all right, let's go. Yep. And Michael Cole calls the final match on his own. Cole was also good here. Pat, calm down. Pat, don't do this. Pat, your commentator first. Don't ruin that. You got him at WrestleMania. Pat. And Pat just blew up. So even Cole was good here. But then we got a 12.5-minute, almost 12-minute, 45-second match. Zayn and Ricochet had another great match here. They claimed that no interference from Johnny Knoxville because he is in California. He is home in Los Angeles. Cole claimed that Johnny Knoxville and the Jackass influenced Ricochet's high-flying style. I don't know why he would say that. And then stressed, again, Knoxville's not here. Sammy's got no excuses if he can't win. Back from a commercial break, Cole noted that security escorted McAfee out of the building and added that he's not sure about McAfee's commentary career after what he did. And I'm like, what? The fool was, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? He was provoked. He didn't attack Austin Theory first. He was provoked. Cole repeated that, where was I? Cole repeated the security escorted McAfee out of the building. And he wasn't even sure if Pat would be on the show next week. That's an interesting one. Pat going to show up not on commentary. It's going to be Corey Graves. And all of a sudden, Pat's going to be in the ring and go, "Hey, Austin Theory, you punk kid, get your ass out here." So Zayn scored a close near fall at one point and went for a blue thunder bomb after. Ricochet countered, but Zayn maintained control. Zayn went for a suplex, but Ricochet reversed into a Hurricane Rana for a 2. Ricochet went for a handspring elbow, but Zayn reversed into a blue thunder bomb for a very close near fall. Theory then fought to the top rope, and Ricochet knocked Zayn off, but he recovered. Zayn then climbed up, and Ricochet gave him an exploder suplex. He set it for a haluva kick, but Ricochet countered with a recoil. He follows up with a 630 splash and picked up the victory. Ricochet retains the Intercontinental Championship, and then they send it to the back. This was at best all right. It's Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair brawling in the parking lot. Very reminiscent of 2019. Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair in the middle of an intense brawl, and there's people trying to break them all up. They fought around a red car with referees and officials getting involved. Flair gave Rousey a suplex on the hood of the car and continued beating her down. She pulled at the mouth and all kinds of different things. Flair then walked off with a furious Rousey sliding off the hood and laying on the ground in pain. They also let us know the next week, the two bulls are going to collide, Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. But yeah, that was Friday Night Smackdown. Again, I want to send out my well wishes to Big E. Hopefully he can make a full recovery and he's not out for that long. We don't know how severe the injury is. They say broken neck. We don't know if he needs surgery or not, and we hope for the best. But with that, you know what? I thought of SmackDown. I thought it was just all right. Now I want to know what you guys thought of tonight's SmackDown. So as we check the Twitch poll, 75% liked the show. 25% thought it was just all right. As we move forward, check the Twitter poll. Twitter. 64% on Twitter thought it was just all right. And 17% liked it and 17% didn't like it. As far as the YouTube poll does go, 68% liked the show. 19% thought it was just all right. And 13% did not like it. But before we get to the text messages, I do have to say that this podcast is brought to you by the PCD Hive magazine. Issue number 1 of the PCD Hive magazine is now available to purchase digitally. The magazine focuses on mental health, self-love, and features a number of different creators from writers, poets, artists, and more. Right now, the PCD Hive magazine is available for only $1. You can get it right now with the link in the description below or by heading over to PCDHive.com. Again, the March edition of the PCD Hive magazine is available right now for only $1. And I do have to say, I worked on this project. I am a part of this team. They had the concept, they had all the content, and they said, we need somebody that can actually put it all together. They came to me. Great project to work on. Can't wait to work on the next one. And hopefully the next one's even better than this one. But as far as the text messages do go, Man, I'm losing my voice here. I think my kids got me sick. They've been sick all week, off and on. As far as the text messages do go, it says, who will be Ricochet's first challenger for the Intercontinental Championship? I have no clue because they haven't built anybody up to it. There's literally no one. I mean, you can go Sheamus now that it looks like the whole Sheamus, Holland, and New Day stuff is off. Or it says, when will LA Knight and Raquel Gonzalez get called up? No clue. Give me 1 second to read this before I read it out loud. This person says, my mom works at Greenwich Hospital and says she saw Triple H in some department. I think he was just going to the doctors for a checkup or something like that. She said there were police cars in front of the hospital, so I guess he had security. Interesting. Didn't say when this took place, though, but this text was sent an hour ago. It says, I like SmackDown tonight. Do you think RK Bro going put Raw Tag Team Championships on the line at WrestleMania against Chad Gable and Otis? Most likely. What do you think of Pete Dunne's name change? And do you think Pat McAfee is now a bigger star than most people on SmackDown? I don't know if you can say Pat McAfee's a bigger star than most people on SmackDown. There's a good number of people that could say I know Pat McAfee is, but I don't know anybody on SmackDown because of the realm that Pat McAfee comes from. But I don't know. To wrestling fans, maybe not. It's a tough question to answer because it depends on what do you consider a bigger star, and what do you consider? Who are you asking that to? The world, sports fans, or just wrestling fans? As far as Butch does go, I don't even know what to say about that. Butch. Okay. And this person says, I love the Rousey Charlotte feud, and get well soon, a Big E. Yes, get well soon, Big E. But with that, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PW Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and Twitter.com/PW Unlimited. A little bit, I will be live, Twitch.tv/Timmy Buddy, playing some more WWE 2K22. If you got it on that there PlayStation, let's play together. Let's do a match. If you got it on PlayStation, I got it on PlayStation 5. But PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 are supposed to work together cross-gen. Let's test it out. Let's see if it works. Let's have some fun. In about an hour or so, I will be live over there, Twitch.tv/Timmy Buddy, playing some more of that there, WWE 2K22. As from what I've seen all day going, back and forth playing the game and whatnot, online's on, and it's working. So with that, guys, have a great night. Have a great weekend. See you next time. All right, if you're still watching on Twitch, let's go ahead and parade really fast.